Hello viewers, my name is Muhammad Akram Karimi and I'm a PhD graduate from King Abdullah University of Science and Technology, a university, relatively new university in Saudi Arabia. By profession, I am Chief Technology Officer of a startup company which is based in Saudi. This is my first video for my YouTube channel because I thought that I have a few experiences which I believe other people can also benefit from. So that's why I thought of putting those things, my experiences, in the form of videos on my YouTube channel. I hope you would like those experiences and would learn from those experiences to avoid the mistakes which I have been doing. So let's get started. The topic of today's video is to give you the tips how to get the Schengen visa. The Schengen countries are the group of countries in European continent. The countries such as like Switzerland, Germany, France, Spain, etc. So the reason you may want to go there could be because of some pleasure, just as a visitor, or you may have to do some business, or you just want to hang out with your family and friends. So whatever your reason is, you may have to get a visa if you are not fortunate enough to have very strong passport from countries like US or Canada. Like if you are a citizen of Pakistan, India, or similar kind of developing countries, you may have to get the visa. So I would like to share my experience with you regarding the application once you apply for the Schengen visa. First of all, Schengen visa you can apply through a number of countries. Basically, you have to apply through a country which will be your first point of entry. For example, if you if you want to enter through France, and you have to apply for a Schengen visa. So using that same visa, you can go to the many number of countries which I told you earlier that they are part of Schengen area. So it is very important to make your travel plan such that you are entering from a country which is relatively lenient in providing the Schengen visa. For example, the countries such as France, and Spain, and few other countries who are heavily dependent on the tourism as an industry, and they have good revenue coming in their countries from the tourists. So they actually are relatively lenient in giving the visas to the applicants. So it's wise if you are going to a number of countries for visiting. Sorry. So if you are going to a number of countries, so choose the country which is the most lenient, and as I explained earlier, that France and Spain are one of those countries. And then in opposite to these countries, there are many countries in Schengen region, such as Norway or Germany, who have very strong economies. They have many other sources of incomes other than tourism, so they may not be that lenient in terms of giving you the visa. So they may be more peculiar about the requirements, and they may have to look at your application more carefully. So you can still get the visa from those countries, and I will now in the same video I will also tell you what things you need to be careful about. But it's wise to choose your port of entry correctly. The second thing is one of the biggest reasons of rejection of your Schengen visa could be the fear in those countries that you may not return after the expiry of your visa, because there are a number of visitors who visit those countries and never come back because of they stay there for do some illegal kind of work, or things like that. So you need to, and if you are even if you don't have such a thing in your mind, the consulate may have these things in their mind, and they may reject your visa based on these fears. So you must be careful about these things. So how you can, so the thing is how you can make the consulate uh, believe that you will come back. First of all, for example, if you are an educated person, like for example you're a doctor or engineer, so if you could attach a proof of your uh, even if you are going for a visit, right? And if you could add an attachment as a supporting document, you could add an attachment as a proof of your employment or strong bank history. Obviously you need a good bank statement showing that you have sufficient amount of funds anyways. But like for example, okay, if you are employed and you are also applying for visa for you as well as your family members, right? So they may also reject the visas of your family members, saying that okay, you are employed, so you have a good reason to come back, but your family is not employed, right? So they may not come back. So what is their reason to come back? So for them, for example, if you're going with your wife, right? You are employed but your wife is not employed, but she is educated, right? So you may attach a proof of like her education, like her degree, as a supporting document, saying that okay, look, she's well educated and she doesn't need to be in your country to get a good job, right? So this could be a proof that okay, she's not looking for a particular job in your country, and she the only purpose for her to visit your country is just to come and enjoy for a few days. And also another important supporting document could be your like for example, if your wife or kids are going with you and they have some kind of a property or kind of some kind of attachment with the country you are applying from, right? So that's a good reason for them to be attached to that country and not to go a country to another country illegally and get into trouble. So if they have such kind of properties, so you could attach as a proof in your application as well. In the end, I would like to say that the purpose of this video is just to make sure that once you apply for the visa, for the Schengen visa in particular, you get it and your travel plan is not spoiled. Like for example, your reservations, your hotel reservations, your tickets and all that. If the visa doesn't get in time, like for example you get the visa, your wife or children doesn't, so whole of your travel plan could be spoiled. So I hope that you would benefit from these particular tips I gave in this video. I don't want to make it long, but if you have any particular comments, you can learn from my experience. I have been going through this journey. Actually, the visa of my wife got rejected once. We filed for an appeal. If you got into similar kind of a situation, like you got the rejection and you have to file for an appeal, you can also put your comments down below this video, and I would try to help you out, because we filed for appeal, and we handled and covered all these things which I mentioned in this video, and as a result we got the visa. I hope you will learn from my experiences, and best of luck. Thank you.